Alright, everybody. Finally got everything back. Just starting to get everything kind of sorted out. Start kind of going through kind of what we got here. As you can tell, we got a load of very nice video games. Quite a few of them are sealed. All these are vintage, or mostly vintage anime and like vintage video game CDs, like soundtracks of CDs. You got the Inuyasha. Let's see what we got here. We got some Sailor Moon stuff. Just kind of get these laid out. You know, this one's pretty unique. Signed by the voice actor of Kaiba, Yugi, another one of the voice actors from the series. Signed by the voice actor of Alvin in this game. $430 plus anime books, or manga books, if you will. I don't want to call them anime. I don't want to insult anybody. There's some hardback editions down there in the bottom. I mean, there's complete sets in here. You know, some more games. I got the full collector's edition of this in this unit. Full collector's edition of this in a unit. Some solid game guides. You know, Final Fantasy stuff. Fire Emblem stuff. You kind of seen it in the first video. And we were trying to do our best. Loads of Game Informers too. And then, ignore the records. That's another collection I bought. I buy collections here and there. You know, solid books. Loads of Final Fantasy plush. Pokemon plush. Get some of this back here. You know, the Soul Calibur Collector's Edition complete. Some solid, large anime books. I mean, these things are stacked. Show and Jump. This is Volume 2, Number 1. Nothing crazy, but still a pretty cool little find. I like finding unique stuff like this. Get this over here onto the table. You know, some Anime Insider. Surprisingly, some of these magazines do have some value to them. I mean, it's hard to believe, but there's money in these. I know I've sold some video game ones in the past for hundreds, upwards to $1,000 plus for some. You know, as I mentioned, we got brand new figures. Loads more plush in here. You know, some video game stuff. Some anime stuff. So you got some Tenchi stuff in here. Some more Final Fantasy stuff. Some Pokemon stuff. I mean, like I said, it was a really solid unit throughout everything. Blu-rays. A lot of sealed ones. There's steel books. There's collector's editions. There's anime. A lot of it's centered around comics, anime. You know, some Game of Thrones. Ignore the mess here because I'm just still trying to get everything sorted. But you know, statues. All tier scale statue. It's like a $300 one market right now. Another one. Here's the collector's edition to Psycho Pass. You know, deluxe edition. Nice Mass Effect ship. Final Fantasy VIII. Just keep digging. Try to get a few more of these things just kind of stacked up for you guys. Oh, let me turn these around. Collector's editions. Playing cards. There's a load of anime style and video game style playing cards in here. They definitely did not skimp on their collections. Anime tarot set. These were a Kickstarter set. Mass Effect. They were big Mass Effect collectors. There's a load of Mass Effect stuff throughout this whole unit. Sailor Moon playing cards. You know, more playing cards. Like I said, they have a load of playing cards in here. More playing cards. You're talking, those are your $3 to $5 items, maybe 10, 15 for some special sets. You know, loads of minifigures. Again, that's Tales of, right there. Or not Tales. Fate Grand Order. More minifigures. More minifigures. Some Final Fantasy minifigures. You got Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9. Some pretty cool Pokemon little minifigures as well. Got a little Lapras there. Oh, Lugia. Like I said, overall, you just can't be upset with a unit like this. So much good stuff winning. Here's the Xbox 360 games. Let me get this box kind of moved out of the way, so I want you guys to be able to see it all. I'll turn on. There we go. Let there be some light. Then we got Tales of Vesperia. Got Catherine. Final Fantasy 13-2 Collector's Edition. That goes to that Soul Calibur collection, or Collector's Edition. Tomb Raider. A sealed Resident Evil 6, which, Xbox 360's out of print, so I'll take that all day. Steelbooks and Mass Effect. Portal, Rain. Obviously it's Xbox 360. Not heavy amount of value in here. The Xbox 360 stuff, but Silent Hill collection in there. You got Silent Hill Homecoming. You got Alice. Resident Evil 5. Like I said, I'm not upset at all with any of these games. I wish it was more, I don't know, maybe more RPG oriented, more PS2, PS1 stuff, but, you can't always get what you want. Nice little Xbox 360 in the bottom. Overall, really clean system once I can get it up, give you an opportunity to see it. Again, not an expensive system by any stretch of the imagination. It's got everything here, multiple controllers. And then, got a few more things I'm going to pull up here. The Gundam, the Endless Waltz. I've actually sold these sealed. I've had this set before. Sealed, it's quite a pricey set. I did not know that. I thought this one was pre-built. Oh, there we go. That's, $40 to $50. I'll take that. Once I can get the lid back on. Now, this is the one I showed in the unit. My video was, again, not very good. Let's kind of get this. 1 second, let me set this down. There we go. Like I said, she did a pretty good job putting these things together, maintaining all their paperwork in here, all the pieces that she snapped off. So it's a complete set, just, used. Some people like put them together, some people just like to be able to display them. I don't blame them. Everybody is a different type of collector. myself personally, it's, you know, I like it all. I do understand the view of keeping it sealed. You know, a little Gundam Zero, brand new in box. I don't know how much this one will go for in particular. Let's see, they paid $10 for it. Don't see a year on here. I'll look it up. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be relatively in that same kind of value range. Now I'm going to come back over to the table over here and just mind the mess. Like I said, I'm in right now. I'm currently getting a house renovated. So I've got a lot more stuff in here than I normally have in my main area where I store stuff. Here we go. Look at that. Vintage card captor, Sakura stuff. Vintage Sailor Moon stuff. It looks like they're all there. Let's see, really more in the bottom. I don't know if they made a version of the guy doll of this. Not 100% sure. But, I mean, these are actually kind of pricey. I mean, between these two things right here, it's a couple $100. Some things that you're not going to see, the TV, the chair, we've gotten those sold. We have sold some of the anime books, I mean, as you can imagine. But, I mean, you have complete sets of, I mean, they go down. I mean, I know I have them all stacked up. It's ugly the way I have it right now. This set right here is complete. That's a very pricey set compared to the rest of them. The way I'm kind of figuring it right now, if we get between $4 to $6 a piece for these, and then we're going to be sitting right around $1,400 to $2,500. But looking at some of these online, like especially these ones right here, you're talking, they're in the range of, you know, about $12 a piece. These are in that range, about $12 a piece. This, and its complete set, is right around that same range as well. Overall, I can't be upset about this. You know, this hardback Ghibli set, that's like $20-30 for that alone. And then let me get down here. Bunch of hardbacks. You know, there's some D&D books. You know, Mass Effect, as I mentioned, they were like a really big Mass Effect fan. You know, Avatar, this is a comic. Some more Mass Effect stuff. Final Fantasy Archive. We did have another version of this. We sold it already, unfortunately. We had the volume 3 for it. Got it sold. Somebody was very interested. And some Zelda books in the bottom. Both of those are sealed. Really happy overall with this unit. Let's see, where else? And then we got a load of good stuff in here. It's kind of, you know, these are Kickstarter fanzines is what they're calling them. You know, we got stacks of these. It's a hardback Dragon Age book. Some of the Dragon Age stuff sells extremely well. We did sell some books out of here too at the flea market. We had a good day last weekend and we decided to just go hit it up. Sold some of the Howler Jaw manga books. We got still a bunch of them left. Got another D&D item there. You know, some Japanese, English to Japanese, English to Japanese. Some more fanzine stuff in the bottom here. She did spend the previous owner did spend some time in Japan, which was pretty cool to see. I mean, we obviously tried to get the pictures back the best we could. Just going to get you over here to a few more pieces. This was a nice little surprise. Last of Us, first print, #1. You know, Final Fantasy book. I don't want to stack it on there. Another Final Fantasy book. This goes for about $30 to $40 on eBay. You know, some Lord of the Rings stuff. Just going to push a few things back here. Some more decent stuff. But overall, like I said, I'm not upset with this at all. Turned out to be one crazy good collection. And here's some of the Pokemon cards that I'm going to try to get to real quick. Some more of those manga magazines. These should all be Game Informers on the bottom. And if you guys want to see content where I buy things that are not part, like obviously records, I do get records in units. This was not one of those instances. I'm going to set you right here while I got my water up there. Ooh, that's it. You know, some paperwork stuff. In here is all promotional gaming posters. A lot of it's centered around Tales, the Tales series, when their releases, so that was pretty cool to find as well. But in here's the cards. You know, loads of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in here. I do have two Mint Muse, or Ancient Muse that I have at the house that were not in here per se, but let me go back. You know, some decent stuff, you know, nice little Espeon, Blastoise. Japanese, but there's still money here. Can't be upset when you're making a little bit here and there. The rest of this is just a lot of, like, prints and all types of other little crazy stuff in there. But yeah, let us know. Like I said, it's a massive collection. I mean, for $1,000, we're looking to 3, maybe 4x our money on this unit, maybe even more. It's really going to depend on the manga books. We're going to be moving things to eBay. I want to give locals a first shot, but I just want to give you guys an opportunity to see it all. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, share. You know, we're trying to do this full time. We really enjoy doing this. It's fun. We've been doing it for years. And I just like to be able to show you guys some of the cool things we find. Thank you.